Hi everyone, this is Ashley, and I'm going to do an experiment today. And this video is actually called the 50 Shades of Pee, aka you've read the book 50 Shades of Grey. So this is kind of like an interpretation, just trying to conceive style, where you see different shades of urine, and these are the different stages of urine that you may have throughout the day. Now, I do want to go over some things real quick before we get started. I have actually made some videos and I have used FMU, and my FMU tends to be a bit dark. And I've gotten some comments on a few of my videos that have, kind of been like, oh my gosh, why does your urine look like this? More or less referring to this shade right here. You must be severely dehydrated. Oh my God, that's not good. Your urine shouldn't look like that. Okay, so let me clear something up really fast before I do anything else. I'm going to go over the shades really fast with you. This right here is FMU. This right here is FMU. This is what it typically looks like after about an 8 to 10 hour sleep. And that's with me not getting up, I'm not drinking any liquids, and I'm not peeing. So I'm sleeping 8 to 10 hours without doing anything. This right here is also FMU. This has been sitting overnight. So typically, it can be this shade, and then sitting overnight, it tends to darken a bit. So sometimes I might do an experiment with FMU, and especially if the cup isn't that filled. Like say if the cup is yay high with the sample, for whatever reason, it tends to darken over hours and hours and hours. So say, wake up at 8, 9 a.m. and I pee in a cup and it's this high. And then say at 10 p.m., I opt to do an experiment. It's going to be this shade. And sometimes it can be a bit darker. And it's not because that's what it looks like when I put my sample in the cup. It's simply, for whatever reasons, tends to darken up a bit. So I just wanted to point that out to you. So that is FMU. That's been sitting overnight. This is FMU. That's from today. This has been sitting out for several hours now. This right here is SMU. That stands for second morning urine. FMU is first morning urine. SMU, second morning urine. And this right here is maybe a 2-hour hold at most. And that's pretty light in comparison to this right here. And this right here is maybe a 30-minute hold, maybe 45-minute hold, maybe an hour if I'm lucky. And I'm drinking tons and tons and tons of liquids. I tend to drink a lot of bottled water. So first part of the day, I'm drinking coffee. Coffee tends to help with the concentration of urine, which if you're testing with an OPK or you're testing with a home pregnancy test, you want to have highly concentrated urine. So you want it to look more like this and less like this. This will give you the most accurate results if you're using an OPK, especially if it's afternoon urine, which I can have samples that look like this between the hours of 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. If I do a 2 to 4 hour hold and I'm refraining from beverages and water and tea and all that good stuff. And sometimes I'm drinking coffee, but coffee can actually help with the concentration of it. So I can still be drinking something, but this will actually tend to help with that, along with eating salty foods. Salty foods can also help with the concentration of urine as well. Now this right here would be more like drinking water, drinking tea, eating watermelon, anything that's water-based. And that's what you want to stay away from whenever you're doing a test, whether it be a home pregnancy test or an OPK. Now, home pregnancy tests, you tend to want to use first morning urine simply because, like I said, you're sleeping about 8 to 10 hours, and it's the highest concentration of HCG inside that urine sample. And with OPKs, it's the same way. You want to use highly concentrated urine, so you definitely want to do 2 to 4 hour hold and refrain from beverages. So you can try to get anything from, say, like, this in between, I would say this to this, but more so around this. If yours is looking more like this and this is going to give you very diluted results. LH is not going to be very concentrated in that. You can get a false negative. Same with a home pregnancy test. So that's why you kind of want to stay away from diluted urine. And you don't want to test unless you're really late, say you're, a couple days late off your period. And then in that case, it's not going to matter. Your HCG should be high enough to, yield a positive result. And with an OPK, it doesn't matter. You still typically want to do a 2 to 4 hour hold between the hours of 2 to 8 p.m. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing an experiment really between these shades right here because I want you to see the impact of the results, typically more so on the OPK. But I'm going to be dipping an OPK and an HPT on each, just to see if maybe the actual color itself may somehow yield a line on a Wondfo. So, but typically with an OPK, you're going to see with each shade, and as it gradually gets lighter, how that can impact the results. So that's what I'm going to do right now. People in my group, the Pee on a Stick Freaks, if you happen to be on Facebook, they're actually anticipating this video. And unfortunately, it actually takes a couple hours to upload a video. So I'm going to dip the home pregnancy test, dip the OPK. This is actually going to take a few minutes because typically for Wondfos, really with any OPK, you want to wait about 10 minutes to see the final results. But I've done a few experiments also with the temperature of urine, and that can also impact the results. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip these, and I have 5 cups here, so that's going to take a minute. So just bear with me. During the meantime, I will talk about some things that we have going on, as I typically do with most of my videos. If you have a Facebook and you are going through the journey and you're trying to have a baby, be sure and look us up. We are called the Pee on a Stick Freaks. As long as you've had a profile for, say, more than a month, just so we can not have an issue with trolls. What are trolls? Trolls are people that create fake profiles and basically just come in there to start trouble and drama and, get reactions from people and say stupid things and all that good stuff. And so we typically deny people who have had a profile for that amount of time just to eliminate the drama, because we typically do not put up with stuff like that. We have some really good admins, and we have some good moderators inside of our group. Not to mention, if you are part of our Pee on a Stick Freaks trying to conceive group, and say you get your positive result and you've confirmed it, and you're pregnant, you've had an ultrasound, you've had betas done, we also have a secret pregnancy group on Facebook that you can join, but you have to be added into it. So I would highly suggest messaging myself to get in there if you're not a part of our group. And if you are a part of our group, of course, you can tag any of the admins or myself or our moderator, and you can be added in there. Oop. Okay, so we have 2 more to go. This is basically the sample that looks more like water. Okay. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Not to mention the fact that we also have a really fantastic SSB program, which stands for Secret Sock Buddy. And it's kind of similar to being a pen pal, except instead of sending letters, you send a care package that would contain, like, first of all, a pair of socks. at least one pair of socks, because that's typically the only thing we can wear during an examination. And you get paired up with people, and you both send each other a package. Not to say that you get paired up with the same person that would send you a package and you send them. It's more like you just get paired up with somebody. And you'll send them trinkets. You fill out a questionnaire. You send them trinkets, lotions, scents, shampoos, gift cards, homemade gifts, stuff like that. Just kind of tailored around support, just to let that person know that you are thinking about them. It's really neat. We have sign up once every 3 months. I know with some of my videos, I've been quick to say, hey, go sign up. But I will say that we have a sign up. It is October, so we're going to do October, November, and December. So if you're watching this video, and being as how it's the end of September, we are actually doing our sign up right now. So if you're wanting to join and you're wanting to sign up, go ahead and do that. But let me add that anybody who does choose to participate and sign up and do the questionnaire and all that good stuff, you will be removed from the group if you do not follow through with your package. We have some people that sometimes don't do that and they do get removed. So just letting you know, it's not a free-for-all. So if you happen to sign up and you get your package and you don't send out yours, it's mandatory to send our admin of that group the tracking number. So just letting you know. But if you're interested and it's a wonderful thing, and it's tailored around support, and we've had a lot of success with it. It's really fun, and we've met some really cool people doing it. Not to mention the fact that we've also started doing tarot readings for the members inside of our P-Stick group, our Trying to Conceive group, as well as our secret pregnancy group. And there's a doc inside of our group files. So basically it's under our group files and inside of our group information. So if you're interested in getting a tarot reading, which we have contests periodically to win free ones, it's really interesting. It's really neat. And we have a lot of good feedback. We have a feedback file and we've had a ton of good reviews on it. So I'm really excited, I'm actually the one that does this, and I'm really excited. So if you're interested in getting a reading, definitely join, and you can definitely schedule one. We have contests. I think I'm going to be starting contests weekly now, where if you get a paid reading or you've had a previously paid reading, you'll automatically be entered into a contest. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to watch out for a thread that I create or a post. And if you've had a reading, sign your name, say you've had a reading, or you're interested in getting a paid reading that week. And once you schedule one, or once you've had one, then you'll be entered. And then, Sunday of that week, I'll be doing the drawings. And then, somebody will win, say a 6-card, 2-question reading for free. And it's really neat, it's really interesting, and, you can get a lot of insight. Not to mention that we also have a tarot reading, a sister group that we've created, and that is called Aligning the Stars. And you can also get essential oils there. Our admin from the Pianistic Freaks Trying to Conceive group is actually the partner to the other group, the sister group, and she's very educated. She's very knowledgeable. She's wonderful. She's really one of the best people that you can possibly ask questions as far as like fertility, medications. I mean, she is college educated. She's very, very smart. She has a lot of integrity. Not to mention the fact that she's very aware of infertility issues because she also has lupus. So she has a lot of projects going on. She's actually in the midst of getting her bereavement doula certificate, and I mean, she does quite a bit for a group. She's wonderful. I love her. She's like absolutely one of my best friends. So she's one of the best people I absolutely know to do something as far as essential oils is concerned. So we have the group. It's called Aligning the Stars. So if you're interested in getting a tarot reading and essential oils, definitely be sure and join that group. And not to mention, you can also join the Pianistic Freaks Trying to Conceive group. She'll be providing a doc fairly soon for the essential oils as well. So if you're interested in that or getting a tarot reading, be sure and let us know, sign up, and we'll get you scheduled. And we also have a tab on www.pianostickfreak.com specifically for trying to conceive tarot readings. So you can also get a reading that way as well. So there's a tab at the very bottom, like if you go on the website, especially since most of us use our devices like our phones and our tablets or whatnot. So if you look at the bottom, there's going to be a tab for that. Anyways, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look real quick at the test. This is the pregnancy test. This is the OPK. And again, these are both Wondfo brands. That's the OPK, or the LH test strip. And this is the HCG test strip, home pregnancy test. Okay, so I'm going to look at each of these with the naked eye. Okay, so this one actually has a line on it, oddly enough. I don't know how, but it does. And okay, as you can see with the OPK, that is super duper positive. Okay, so I'm going to look at this one as well. This one has sort of a faint line on it. But you see the lines. In fact, I'm actually going to do, okay, I'm going to just line these up like this, just so you can see. Obviously, this one is much darker. Has a higher concentration of LH. That one's a little bit lighter. Okay, pregnancy test. That has like no line on it for this one right here. And then here we go. LH. That's, again, lighter. Okay, pregnancy test for this one. Pretty much no line. And way lighter. That's pretty interesting. Again, that's for that one. Okay, and then this one, which is for barely there underwear. Oh, that barely has a line at all. Okay, so basically this is the point I want to make. And I mean, even with home pregnancy tests, which I'm not saying that this is, 100%, but I will say this. Okay. If you plan to have an accurate result, you want to have concentrated urine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see how this is clearly positive? This is almost positive. This is, again, almost like, oh, I'm getting there. That's like, nope. And that's like, hell no. Excuse my French. But the concentration of your urine as far as OPKs are concerned, and even home pregnancy tests, it's very vital that you have a good urine concentration. So I wanted to show you the different shades of pee and how they could possibly affect your OPK, even at this point, your home pregnancy test. I'm not sure that you'll be able to see the line very clearly because this is a marble countertop. So let me put this, I don't know, hold on. Let me try and put this on the paper tissue real quick. Okay. You might not be able to see this very clearly. But there is a very, very faint line right there. There's a very faint line. I'll probably end up taking a picture and I'll probably post that on the website. But my point is, you have to have very concentrated results, which means that you're going to have to refrain from drinking, liquids and beverages. Because say you drink, okay, this is FMU that's been sitting out. FMU again, that's been sitting out. But say that your level, because you drink so much liquid and you have a 2 hour hold and you drink a ton of water, looks like this or this. Well, you're going to get this result or this result right here. And you're going to think you're not ovulating. You're going to think that your LH levels are not very high. When in fact, they very well on the same day could be like this. And you might miss your surge simply because you are not refraining from beverages. For those of you that tell people, don't dehydrate yourself. Okay, you know what? You're not going to kill yourself by refraining from 2 to 4 hours and not drinking something. Okay? I'm alive. I'm making this video. As you can see, I'm clearly alive. I'm fine. I'm not dead. So on the instructions of home pregnancy test, it's going to, suggest FMU. You know why they suggest FMU? Because typically you don't wake up and go downstairs and get something to drink or go into your fridge and drink a gallon of water. If you did that, then your samples would be more like this and your results would be more like these, less like these. And by these, I typically mean this or this. But even this, and this, and this, and this, but especially this, and this, and this, is lack of hold, which means I didn't hold very long. Or during my hold, I drank a ton of liquids. I drank a ton of water. I drank, a whole bottle of water. I drank a bottle and a half. I drank some tea, drank some soda. And that's what you want to refrain from doing. Now, if you actually, if you're going to have liquids, say you have a bottle of water, take a couple sips, maybe at most, between the 2 to 4 hours. But especially you want to wait at least 3 to 4 for the most optimal results. This, for example, could be like 2 hours. This could be like 4. And especially if you refrain from beverages. This could be like almost 3, refraining from beverages, just to give you an idea. That's why I wanted to do this, just so you had an idea and just so you could see typically what this does. So if you think it's not important, it's really important. You got to refrain from beverages or you're not going to get accurate results. And if you want to have a baby, your chances of conception are going to increase significantly, seeing as how you only have a 20% chance each month. And that's the healthiest of couples with no underlying medical issues. And that's by, timing everything perfectly. You only have a 20% chance. So if you want to have the optimized maximal chance of conception and you're using OPKs, there's no point in using OPKs if you're not going to have a concentrated result. In the morning, FMU, for example, it can work and sometimes it may not. Now, let me tell you something real quick. You're going to be like, oh, but you used FMU, you used first morning urine, and yours worked, and you got really good results on your test. Okay, my FMU, I don't pee until 2 p.m. I hold my pee. Just an FYI. That's why it works. 90% of the time, your LH, it gets established in the morning, but it won't metabolize until the afternoon hours, which is why the manufacturers of these tests, encourage you to test between the hours of 2 and 8 p.m. Those are the optimal times because you don't want to get a false negative. I can almost guarantee, unless you're using a digital OPK and it specifies FMU inside the instructions, you need to use afternoon urine to obtain the most reliable results. So that's any time between 2 to 8 p.m. And with an OPK, or I'm sorry, with a home pregnancy test, you want to use FMU because it has the most highly concentrated amount of HCG. Now, if you can go 6 to 8 hours all day long without peeing and barely drinking anything, that's going to be just as good. That'll be just like FMU. Your pee will look just like this. And that's fine. You can do that. And actually, some people get a darker line in the evening. So if you can do that, that's great. Most of us can't. So FMU is going to work the best. And for an OPK, typically between 2 to 8 p.m. afternoon urine is going to work the best. And please treat it as you're doing a home pregnancy test and refrain from drinking anything so you can get the most optimum results. Okay, thank you. All right, so this is Ashley. I am signing off, and be sure to like us on our official Facebook, facebook.com, Pee on a Stick Freak. Follow us on Instagram, Pee on a Stick Freak. Follow us on Twitter, Pee on a Stick, FRK. And of course, if you're going through that journey, search for us online, Facebook-wise, if you have a Facebook account, and especially if you've had one for more than a month. We are the Pee on a Stick Freaks. Like us on our YouTube, Pee on a Stick Freaks. If this video has been educational, if you found it to be interesting, helpful, do us a favor, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. That will help us out a great deal. I'll be sure to continue making these videos for you and conducting these fun experiments. And who knows, I might literally do 50 shades of pee, but for now we have the 5 shades of pee. But yeah, subscribe and like our videos, subscribe to our channel. That will help us out a great deal. Not to mention, if you're interested in getting a tarot reading, definitely you can make a payment and private message me. You can hit me up on YouTube. You can hit me, well, not YouTube, I would say more or less Facebook or Instagram. Those are my main 2 things I'm on. And also, if you're a part of our group, of course, if you get your if you become pregnant and it's been confirmed and you've had betas and a ultrasound to confirm all that, join our secret pregnancy group. We have it. We love it. It's a safe place to post, ultrasounds and gender reveal pics and, baby bump pics and all that good stuff. And if you have any worries, you can post about that. If you have your joys, you can post about that. It's a safe place to do all that. And of course, if you're not a part of our Pee on a Stick Freaks Trying to Conceive group, you can private message me. I can add you in there on Facebook. And if you're already in our Trying to Conceive group, which is our Pee on a Stick Freaks, of course, you can tag our admins. We can add you in there. And not to mention, check out www.peeonastickfreak.com, where we have lots and lots of updated content, such as the charting basics and, of course, these lovely experiments and, all kinds of helpful information that pertains to pregnancy, trying to conceive, and even parenting. We're always updating. And we're going to be having charting. We're actually going to have charting software probably sometime next year or in 2017. We're actually working on that right now, so I'm really excited about that. We're doing our tarot readings, we're doing essential oils. I mean, you name it, we're expanding, and it's really exciting. So join Aligning the Stars. That's our other tarot Facebook group. That's our sister group. Pee on a Stick Freaks, that's our other, main Facebook group. And then if you are pregnant, you can also join our secret pregnancy group. I'm Ashley, signing off. Go to www.peeonastickfreaks or peeonastickfreak.com and enjoy our content that we have on there. Enjoy our YouTube videos. And again, if this has helped you in any way, be sure and like the video and subscribe to our channel. That would help us out a great deal. And share the video. It's for educational purposes. It's for informational purposes. And that's why we do what we do. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.